Hello, my loves, and welcome to this reading. It is good to see you, and if you're new here, I always like to give a little heads up before I start with my messages. My readings might not be what you're used to, they can be quite unique. They are sometimes also a bit of a journey and quite a deep dive. So yeah, if you like to dig deep and get to the core of things, you are in the right place. So, oh yeah, some housekeeping. I'm in the progress of finally putting out my first offer for readings, so that you can book a personal reading. If you're interested in that, check out the description. I actually want to finalize that today. I hope I get around to it. It's been pretty busy. I've been traveling a lot, and there's a lot of stuff going on energetically with the eclipse and all of it. It's been a busy time. So, but I'm doing my best, and I really hope that I can finalize it today. And then you can book a personal reading in the format of a video recording. All right, my loves, let's start. I asked for a collective message, something that benefits the collective to hear right now. I'm sitting here with my morning coffee, and I'm eager to dive into it. Yeah, it actually has been a while since I've connected here. You did see a few readings, but I recorded them last week. Like I say, I've been traveling and it's been busy. So yeah, what I do get with that right off the bat is there's something you want to do, get around to do, and it seems like there's just so much happening that it's hard to make the time for it. But oops. Yeah, that's the first thing I'm getting with that. Busy, I hear. Busy. Workabee. Also, ants. We've been dealing with ants in this accommodation. It's an old castle, and this is just a thing with old buildings in general. Like sometimes they just, there are so many cracks, and you just can't really do anything against it. But I also realized that when ants are turning up, it usually means that there is something about work ethic, something about determination. Oh my God, they are determined. Ants are determined. And they just, you could say they're just following orders, but I'd say like in this moment, I feel like it's more about they're following their path. They just know what they want. And wow, okay. They know what they want, and no, not they know what they want. They know what their goal is, what they're going for. So, okay, we do have it. I feel like going right in with the tarot for this one. Okay, so I'm reading this as like a chain almost, and there are some missing links. And we need the tarot we need the everyday, the mundane, the grounding in to connect these links. Okay. So usually when I get the breathe card, it's pointing towards taking a moment in the here and now. That's usually how I read it. Somehow it is speaking to me in a bit of a different way today. There's something ungrounding about it. There's some kind of dreamy energy that's coming through. I'm very much drawn to her headspace with all this energy up here. So there seems to be quite a lot of energy going on in the upper chakras. And yeah, so we do have quite the Pisces influence right now with that eclipse. And Pisces can get lost. Pisces can be the one who's just, merging with the all of everything, and just everything is light and beautiful. And I just want to melt into the great collective, all of everything in love. And yeah, I mean, it's beautiful, but it can be a bit ungrounding. So this is, she almost looks like floating to me here. And it almost looks like that the surface of the water is actually further down. It's not where that leaf is that she's sitting on. And I'm also drawn to this, the rim here. It's almost as if she had built her comfortable little place that she's sitting in. And it looks cozy and beautiful, but like I say, she's somehow missing that groundedness. With the 9 of coins here, that's the missing link. Again, this earthy energy. The coins are a suit of work. That's just what they are. They are about persistence. They are about building something slowly over time. And while the 7 and the 8 are very much about planting the seeds and putting in the effort and the work for the harvest, the 9 of coins actually is the harvest. It is time to harvest what you have been putting the work in. And it seems like with that high energy, it's like almost as if she's meditating, she's waiting for that divine blessing to come in. But it's like, well, you still need to ground it. You still need to go and pick those grapes. You can't just sit in front of the grapes, open your mouth, and wait for them to fall in. You actually have to pick them and put them in your mouth yourself. And with the soulmates card right next to it and the link, this is speaking to me about community more than a love relationship, although it can be. I mean, it can be like any kind of soulmate relationship. But it's speaking to me more about really the general connectiveness to others. And what I see here is a sense of distrust almost. Not in a, oh, you have to go in and heal that kind of way, but maybe there's some residual energy. Like this is, all of these reversals are kind of speaking to me about residuals. More so than, because we are leading with the breathe card and this 9 of coins, and then all these reversals are showing up here, lining up here. There is some doubt, pick up on the energy of doubt, hesitation, questioning. Maybe there's something you want to do, or you know you need to do in order to bring in what you've been working for, to harvest. But it's almost as if you didn't really believe that can it be that good? I hear, can it be that good? Is that really possible? And excuse me, there are some throat chakra activations going on. All morning I've been feeling it. And yeah, so with this 7 of Cups energy, which is quite the dreamy energy, and again, it's the escaping into other realms, and this can be a time of like the 7 of Cups. They can be a wonderful energy when it comes to dreaming up ideas, letting yourself imagine outcomes. And it's really also about feeling and sensing and imagining all the different options and possibilities. And it's not really a time of making final decisions, but with this Pisces, and it's very much Piscean energy, but with this Pisces energy, we still need to ground it. We still need to counterbalance it, or there is like the danger of getting lost in this very foggy, misty, oh, I'm just dreaming my life into being kind of energy. And yeah, there is this thing of, well, helping you decide into what you want to do, which option to choose. You need to really listen closely into your deep self, less the upper chakras, like not so much this dreaming energy, not so much the upper chakras, but really down into the root, into the lower chakras, feeling into your base, into your gut, really listening to your gut with this. Like, what is my gut telling me? Which direction should I choose? And not so much in the heady thinking energy, but more, like I say, body. Going into the body and feeling into those different options that you have for paths to take, and to see which one is speaking to me the most. And listening more to the heart, but like I say, especially to the body. This is coming through pretty strongly, that earthiness. And I also do have a book lying here next to me. It's called Earthworks and Beyond. And it's a book. And I thought about maybe incorporating it into the reading. Didn't really feel called to do it. But it's, it's full of artwork that is working with the grounds, with, I'm just pulling it over for a sec here. Here. Just giving you a little, maybe you see something that speaks to you. Someone, if you're called to do that. So making art with your hands, crafting something, working with the earth, doing something tangible. This is, and like I say, moving from that gut energy center, more so than from the head, more so from the imagination. The imagination is like the first stepping stone, and then you feel into those different options and possibilities, and listen to that deep, deep, deep inner knowing. There is a point, it's called the lower seat of the soul, and it is like a few fingers, a little bit below the belly button. It's it's a point between the sacral and the root chakra, and yeah, so this is a good entry point to really connect with your soul wisdom and to see where your path is leading you to. With the tower linking us to the last one, all that glitters, there's something you need to let go of. There's some kind of, okay, with all these high-flying ideas, there's something about false, how can I phrase that? Okay. I see statues, and monuments that are built in order to be worshipped. And so I'm like right now I'm getting the connection to things like status, money, success, appreciation by others. And there's nothing wrong with any of these things. The question is, why do you want it? Why do you want it? Do you want it because you want, like, do you want the money because there's the intention of leading a life that is meaningful and full of love and connection and, for example, community, with a real honest community spirit? Or is there the feeling of, oh, I need money for survival, for example? But what I get actually with this all that glitters card is really more status and the belief that money is something that can buy you respect, for example, or I mean, I don't need to go into the depth of how money and status and I'm looking for a word that is yeah, I can't seem to find it. Yeah, so right now I see like there's the need to put a mask, like there are false masks with those masks here. These masks. There's the need to put these masks down and to honestly look at, who am I? What is lying beneath that? And why do I think I need those things? Why do I think I need to have success, for example, or a certain type of relationship, or a certain job, or maybe the house, the cars, I don't know what, the nice vacations. Like, and I'm not saying that you are a superficial, status-driven person. Not at all. This is not what I'm saying, but there are, like, each and every one of us has those things where we do try to project a certain image outwards. And I've been working with this energy and I've been picking up on it also collectively for months now. This bringing down those false statues, these, what is the word? Like worshipping idols, that's the word, like those false empty idols that actually don't mean anything. And it's really about finding the meaning for myself and allow myself to ground that energy and allow myself to actually really do the steps that lead me towards what I actually want. And with this tower, it doesn't mean that like there has to be like this huge tower moment for you. Maybe it's just the moment of realizing, oh wow, I'm actually with this thing, I'm still holding on to some kind of belief or some kind of image or some kind of projection that I think I need in order to prove my worth, in order to be seen as valuable by others, my family, friends, society, whoever. And so, yeah, there is this sense of there's like you need to let that go. You need to let that go. Okay, more oracle cards. Ooh, that one flew out. The Observer. The Fox. Observing. Oops, sorry. So yeah, there's seems to be like this emphasis again on it's not enough to just look at it. As long as you are only watching, change will not, it won't, like you can wait for it as long as you like, you can observe it, but it won't really manifest. And it even could, because it's next to the tower, and I see these two towers here, I see them mirrored right now. Also this crumbling down here and this dissolving of the tower here. And it's almost as if this was, like I say, mirrored, and as if that was like a root. This is a deep thing. This is a very deep thing. This tower, whatever it is, will help you bring about the change. So whatever towers you are encountering, know that they are actually really there to help you. They are happening for you, not to you. They're happening for you. And it's happening on a level that maybe is like this tower here looks very earthy. It looks very like a real structure. And here that one with the zebra. And I do see these stripes mirrored in the zebra, for example. But it does have a bit of a more otherworldly, dreamy, energy to it. Almost as if there was like a parallel, I'm picking up on something about like a parallel universe, like another version of you where everything is a bit more surreal. Like a magical realism kind of thing. where you have one of my favorite genres, by the way, where you have a world that very much looks like our own, but then there are strange things happening that are just like, you know, a bit magical. And it's, you might be experiencing something like that, where things are happening that seem like, yeah, almost magical. Oh, okay. I even get something about a crossing over of different timelines. So you might be touching on towers that are happening in other spaces, but not in yours. And you're just like seeing signs or feeling the effects of those towers that are happening in other time spaces. Wow, okay, so this is getting a bit trippy right now. So, okay, I want to share a personal example of that. I did visit a place once where I saw different signs showing up, and they were just so in my face, and they were always almost frightening me a bit, because I was like, what are these, like, those, they had a certain feel to them, and I'm not like, okay, so I want to say with that, don't just take this and project it and put it on anything. Like, you will know, like, you will know what I'm talking about, because it's a very distinct feeling. I would hate it for you to take that and just project it on anything, and then it's nothing like that. Okay, so yeah, but in that instance, it was, I saw certain accidents happening in my environment, and they were like, I was never personally involved, but they were rather severe. And there were other things happening in that place where I got downloads about another version of me living a different life in that place. And that version had steered away from my true alignment in such a way that there was a huge tower moment happening for that version of me. And I know it's getting trippy here. And I mean, when we go into the realms of time, it always gets a bit, yeah, what the fuck is going on here? And so what I experienced in my reality were kind of like the echoes of that. So I saw signs of it, I received downloads about it, but I was not experiencing it in my own reality. So this is pretty much what these two cards are talking to me about right now. So like I say, this is very trippy. This is not for everyone. But maybe someone is experiencing something like that. And I do get this sense of like, it's a bit like freaking you out, maybe even. So this tries to show or shed some light on, sometimes we do get those, like sometimes something is like sifting through, and we do get something from a different timeline, and it can happen when we brush up on that other timeline. Like, for example, when you visit a place where another version of you actually is really like living a life. Yeah, so that can have effects on you, on your reality. That's interesting. I didn't think that I would share something like that here, but there you go. Told you this is sometimes a bit different. Okay, 3 more with this. Okay, so there is it's like, oh, there are too many options. Too many options I could choose from. What did I say earlier? Gut. Go back to your gut feeling and to the lowest seat of the soul and find your true alignment, and then you'll know what to do. Okay, these two are sticking out to me. Yeah, these two and this one. Oh wow, 3 major arcana cards. That is quite significant. 12, 4, and 19. For some reason, I am called to tell you the numbers. So we do have the Hanged One, the Defender, and the Sun. So the Hanged One, which is the Hanged Man, that is a time that can be quite uncomfortable. While at the same time, this is where true enlightenment is actually happening. It is guiding us into a deeper wisdom that we would not have found if it wasn't for these experiences. One of my favorite tarot readers, Witch and Scythe, shout out, she's always talking about the Hanged Man as in connection to Odin and how he is how he had to hang on the tree of, I always forget the name of that tree, and he had to lose one eye in order to actually like gain the wisdom of was it all humanity or all like I'm not that firm in the mythology of the Vikings. But yeah, so he had to sacrifice one eye in order to truly see the truth. And that is very much representative of this energy of the Hanged One. And I love that interpretation because it really can feel like that if you go through something like that. And you are in that Hanged Man energy. And actually we can be in that kind of energy for quite an extended time period. Somehow I feel also called to say that if you divide 12 through 3, which is a divine number, you end up with 4. Again, I've been like picking up in this collective quite a bit about maths and the code of the universe and all these numbers and stuff. So just putting that out there. And in this moment, I just saw on the timer there was 33 and something before. I don't see the time completely, but yeah, 3 times 4 is 12. We do have the Defender and it's like so central in the middle. And this it's a shield, but right now it looks to me like a diamond, like of a ring that you can wear on a ring. And there's also this crown around it. Could also be a diamond that is in one of these crown elements. And wow, okay. Sorry, I just got like there's a synchronicity that has been showing up and I'm like, what? Okay. Is this important for you right now? No. Okay. So that was just for me. Yeah, with that crown, I do see someone actually putting on that crown, but it is a crown that is not put on because out of superficial reasons, or because striving for power, or for trying to prove your worth or something like that. These are the wrong reasons to rule. The right reasons to rule are because you, like, this is the emperor. So yeah, this is why I'm talking about this. The right reasons to rule is because you want to bring about a good life for the people living in your empire. You want to be a true and I hear faithful and just ruler. And I see this in the context of your life. How can you rule over your own life in a way that is just and based in faith, and but also grounded, and with the best intentions for every part of you and for every area of your life. If you see yourself as the ruler over your life, how can you ensure that everyone in your empire, which is your life, is being treated just and in the way they deserve? That's an interesting way to look at it. And yeah, I love that we end with the sun. And I want to point out that I have this coaster here, and this is really speaking, like, this eye is just jumping out to me, that synchronicity. And I've been thinking about like I took this one and then I thought, should I take another one? But I stuck with it. And it's this green energy, which is hope. It's hope, and it's heart energy. So after all this talk about the root and grounding it in, they bring us back to the green, the heart energy, and the hope. And again, I'm drawn to the green in here. And the blue, look at that, the colors. So it's not about forgetting about this, and it's really more about making use of that heart and also the dreamy energy, but then yeah, to ground it in and to make it happen, to make those flowers bloom, because we need both. So it's the bringing together of the two different energies. And if there's an imbalance in that, the towers will come. And the further away you steer from your true alignment, the more severe those towers will be. The more you are in alignment with your truth, and the more connected and in tune you are with your inner guidance, you might experience smaller tower moments. But like I said, a tower moment actually can be just a realization. It can be this moment of recognizing, oh wow, this is where I still hold on to this old belief, or this is where I still worship some kind of idol that actually I don't even think that's the right thing to do. And a just and true leader is one that also can look themselves in the eye and say, this is not the right path for me, and this is not my true self, and I have to take a stance for myself and for my values and what I believe in. And this will keep you centered And this will help you really navigate this path of, for one, like walking the path of enlightenment and the path of finding your true self. Being your true self, not finding it. It's already there. It's really more about being your true self, and to really bring about this yeah, with that sun card. Because many readers read the sun card as like, oh, there's this beautiful life for you and it's happening and it's like everything is dandy. But if you look at the original artwork, there is a child riding a horse. And so this is very much about the innocence of the divine child that is inside of each and every one of us. And I don't know why, but I feel called to kind of throw that out there for someone to also realize that part of this this life you're dreaming up, or that you want to create for yourself, it requires a certain degree of lightheartedness and innocence and enjoyment. That is the nature of the divine child. That is the nature of the sun card. And oh yeah, speaking of true enlightenment, the sun is also consciousness, and like the true enlightenment incorporates both. It incorporates the wisdom, it incorporates the awareness and this I feel this energy of like determination and strength, like I say, from this emperor vibe. But then there's this wisdom over here that we gain through uncomfortable periods in our lives. And this is what leads us into a higher state of consciousness, where we really can shed light onto the things that are maybe even like holding us back. But there's also this joy and this innocence in it, and this playfulness and this lightheartedness of the true inner divine child that each and every one of us has. And now I see this as a sun, as it's shining out. I almost see it pulsating. Yeah, so I feel like that's it. That's it for this reading. It got like, wow, it got longer than I thought it would be. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I hope it resonated with you and you found it helpful. If you did, I would love to hear from you, or maybe leave a thumbs up or a subscription. Helps me grow, helps the channel. And yeah, again, if you are interested in booking a personal reading, I really, really have the intention to get this out, get this finalized today, and hopefully you will find the link then in the description below. Grounding things in. All right, my loves. Thanks for being here, contributing your time and energy. I loved it. I wish you all the best and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.